Welcome to The Explainer. Look, when you're planning a trip to a place as beautiful as the Czech Republic, the last thing you want to think about is an emergency. But that's exactly why we're here. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down some expert advice so you're prepared for anything, and you can just focus on having an amazing time.
So this quote, "Europe is an adventure. We make sure it isn't an emergency," really gets to the heart of what EmergencyReady.eu is all about. It's a fantastic project designed to do one thing: give travelers like you the specific, practical safety info you need for different countries. It's all about turning those what-ifs into a solid, I got this plan.
And that's exactly what we're doing today. We're diving deep into their guide for the Czech Republic. Think of this as your practical toolkit for a safe and smooth trip, whether you're wandering through the incredible streets of Prague or getting out into the beautiful countryside.
All right, so first things first, let's talk about your pre-trip digital toolkit. Honestly, the smartest prep you can do happens before you even pack your bags. And it all starts right here, on your phone. A couple of taps right now can seriously save you a world of trouble later on.
So you're going to want to download these two free apps. They're basically your digital lifeline. Záchranka, in particular, is an absolute game changer. With just one tap, it pings emergency services with your exact GPS location. And get this, it even lets you chat with them if you're in a situation where you can't speak. I mean, how incredible is that? Then you've got Xiaomu, which keeps you updated on any severe weather. And that's super important if you're planning on hiking or driving.
But here's the really interesting part. The most critical alert system, the one for major emergencies, it doesn't require an app at all. The Czech Republic is on the EU alert system, which pushes huge civil protection warnings directly to your phone via cell broadcast. You don't have to download a single thing. Just do me a favor, pop into your phone settings and make sure those emergency alerts are switched on.
Okay, so your phone is all set. Now let's talk about actually getting around. If you're planning on driving in Czechia, listen up, because there are some local rules you absolutely, positively cannot ignore. This is one of those places where just winging it can land you in some serious hot water. All right, pop quiz time. What do you think the legal blood alcohol limit is for drivers in the Czech Republic? Seriously, take a guess. You know, in some places it's 0.08, others 0.05. What is it there? The answer is 0. Zilch, nada. We're talking absolute zero tolerance. Not 0.05, not even a tiny 0.02, it's 0. Any detectable amount of alcohol can lead to massive fines, or worse. The rule couldn't be clearer. If you're driving, you don't drink. End of story. Okay, next up for all you drivers, motorway tolls. It's a completely digital system called a vignette, and you have to get one before you even think about getting on a motorway. You just go to the official site, edolnice.cz, pop in your license plate, and pay. But you have to do it beforehand. Trust me, the motorways are blanketed with cameras, and the fine for skipping this simple step is huge. We're talking up to 20,000 Czech koruna. Now for speed limits, things are pretty standard for Europe. It's 50 in built-up areas, 90 on those rural roads, and 130 on the motorways. But here's a little heads up for the future. Starting in 2025, they're rolling out some pilot programs that'll allow speeds up to 150 kilometers per hour on certain clearly marked sections of motorway. So keep an eye out for those signs.
All right, let's step off the road and into the city. Being aware of your surroundings here is absolutely key, and we're talking about two things. First, avoiding those common scams that always target tourists, and second, knowing about some hidden safe zones that are, believe it or not, right under your feet.
Okay, let's talk about the classic airport taxi scam. You really got to watch out for this one. What happens is unofficial drivers will come right up to you looking all official, and then they'll end up charging you 2, even 3 times the normal fare. So here's the golden rule, write this down. Always book through an official app like Bolt or Lyft2Go, or go to the proper taxi kiosk that's inside the terminal. Whatever you do, never ever accept a ride from someone who just walks up to you. Now, here's the fact that I'm willing to bet you would never guess. Prague's metro system, it's not just for getting from A to B. It's actually a massive, blast-rated shelter network. Yep, it's a holdover from a different era, but it's still completely functional. So if a major emergency ever did happen, you look for those green signs in the stations that say Ukryk. That's Czech for shelter. Okay, let's move on to the most critical information of all. If an emergency really does happen, knowing these numbers and a few key phrases by heart is going to make all the difference. This is the stuff you really need to commit to memory. Okay, here it is, the single most important number to remember, 112. This is the universal emergency number for the entire EU. They'll have English-speaking operators, and they can dispatch any service you need.
Police, fire, ambulance, you name it. If you remember only one number from this whole explainer, please make it this one.
Now, while 112 is always your best bet, it's good to know the direct lines too. So if you know for sure you need an ambulance, you can dial 155 directly, or 150 for the fire department. But again, I'm going to say it one more time. In a moment of panic, when you're not sure what to do, 112 is always the right call.
You know, just knowing a couple of key phrases in Czech can be incredibly helpful and, frankly, really reassuring in a stressful situation. Even if you just know how to say pomoc, which means help, that can bridge a critical communication gap. Seriously, I'd recommend you pull out your phone right now and take a screenshot of this slide. It's such a small bit of prep that could be hugely valuable.
And there you have it. You've got the digital tools for your phone, you know the rules of the road, and you've got that critical knowledge for when every second counts. You really do have the core toolkit now to travel confidently and safely.
So at the end of the day, remember this. Being prepared isn't about being scared. It's actually about freedom. By taking care of all the what-ifs before you go, you free yourself up to just dive in and fully enjoy the amazing culture, the history, and the sheer beauty of the Czech Republic. So travel prepared and have an absolutely incredible journey.